So there's code on screen. Pause if you want to look at it at any length, although I will be going over a little bit of it, because I think 2 or 3 episodes ago I put up the same code, and if I didn't, well, I'm showing it to you now. But basically I had 3 different if statements, where here it's more an if-else statements. In fact, I kind of did it wrong because I was basically fixing a typo before this recording. But this is how it should kind of look. Because they should be if-else statements. The way I had it before was basically just 3 separate if statements, with this one being an if-else. But if you have things like this, and if you don't know what I'm talking about, don't worry about it. But basically, so when we set a random number, if, say, it rolled a 99, then we do these lines of code, and we also do these lines of code, because both of these only look for if this RNG is greater than this number, 50 and 75. So if you have 2 separate if statements, yeah, you'll trigger both of them, which I was being really, really lazy, and that's my fault. But as we get into the video here, the other things to talk about, I did cycle my mysteries as well. So yeah, and we're playing on PERM. And if you don't know what PERM is, gonna show it to you now. PERM adds a bunch of stuff. That's all I really need to say. We're really randomizing this to see which character we play, and if we have 3 custom mysteries or not. Otherwise, I mean, if we get all perks, I'll probably consider doing that as well, but, yeah, we're just gonna go on like this. So, we will be playing on our custom backstory, custom old god that I have not released yet. If I do release them, I'll let you know more. But, as we get into this No Shackle Nightly Aura complete custom old god backstory combination for, that I made for myself, yeah, if I release it publicly, again, one more time, I'll let you know. Toxicon Light, second mystery, strength, dexterity, and maybe a second encounter check. But yeah, just to go over what I did in the beginning of the video is that in 2 to 3 episodes ago, I was being really lazy and I made 2 to 3 different if statements and didn't make them if-else statements for whatever reason. I don't know why I thought that would work. I know I have more than like a handful of examples. Dozens of examples of that not working, just in code in general, in my whole programming experiences. Metamorphosis, Ward, Arms, Shuttle, and Feet. So, Shuttle also has an encounter, but then we have Arms and Ward, and we have a lot of bad things, basically. I just realized, well, we're not ready for Metamorphosis yet. We can run from Ward, so we can include that. I guess I'm just going to gamble Arms and hope we're not on time lane B. But as for what I should take first, probably Shuttle, the easier of the two. Note that this is Kana here, but because of how I soft rule myself into my videos, then we're taking the custom mystery instead. I think we're actually going to prepare for items. Yeah, we are. So we do have Ward, which presents a little bit of an issue, but if we don't find any weapons, we'll just buy the hospital pass. Now, we do get the butterfly knife, which is probably going to be our best item to use at the moment. And I'll hold out for a hospital pass. We could just sell something here. I don't think you can sell a Curious Bag. It's been a long time since I played a lot of the base characters, by the way. But yeah, we want to hold out for funds. You never know. See a point shown here. Although I think that's still good in terms of losing 3 reason and getting what I did there, but hey, and just to note again, yes, Nightly Aura is randomly increasing or decreasing either my max stamina or max reason. So, yeah, high threat level downtown, max forest, max mansion, and we have Metamorphosis, Ward, Arms. So not really a lot of mansion forest, unless this is the last one I forgot. Shuttle, no, Feet. I'm going crazy. So yeah, it should be mansion, because Metamorphosis is going to take us to the mansion a few times. I don't remember everything else, though. So we'll send it to the mansion. Downtown would not have been a bad one either. The penalty damage does add up. Although, a little consideration that I thought of here is that because if I'm unlucky, my max stamina and or max reason drops, then I would rather just take the extra penalty damage and then just have my max reason drop. That doesn't sound like it makes sense, but I'm being me, basically. Also, we are failing checks left and right and center because stats don't matter for knowledge, but it's fine. We recovered. There, though, not as much. So, off we go. I think, aside from... I think, theoretically speaking, all of these, I mean, yeah, there's basically a lot of no-shackle graphics that I need to touch up on. If you haven't noticed, I didn't really touch up on them, so, yeah, not really much else to say there. It's, if I do fix the graphics, because I did do a few more drafts, but I couldn't really get No Shackle's face at the intro screen looking the way I wanted them to look. So I guess I'll figure that out as I continue onward. Because I'm also, I do have a few queues, so if you don't know, a lot of my characters are available on the beta branch as well. Yeah, we'll take Feet Fetish now. Yeah, a lot of them are available on the Steam beta branch, with that version technically being very old by now, because even though it's the latest version we have, beta branch wise, it is, does that make sense? It's the most recent version we have, but it's old because I think it's nearly a year or two old. I don't remember. Was it last October or the October in 2024 that the beta branch came out? I think it was 2024, right? Because that's when World of Horror got the one. I don't even remember. Hey, veteran World of Horror player here, by the way. But again, all you need to know is that I do have my characters on Steam, and so sometimes I'll get a comment or a request in direct message, private messages, so on and so forth. I was about to say, can I please pass the check, by the way? And yeah, that puts basically a queue into custom characters specifically, because that's pretty much what I make the most of on World of Horror. In terms of World of Horror, I do other things as well. That's my first technical difficulties. Hey, we have some good RNG, but yeah. And if you don't know, you don't know. Don't worry about it. I'm just saying, and also trying to fill in time as I am deciding whether or not I can actually fight this properly. Kendo helmet. Might as well drink the bottle of water just in case we need to throw the empty bottle. I think we'll be okay here. Are we going to be okay? Do I want to gamble? I'm going to gamble. Because we're probably just going to hit 2 of these anyway, and if not, we'll see what our RNG looks like. Okay, wasn't that great, but I could gamble this and try to get out in 2 turns. Do I want to? 60%. 60%. I'm going to option select. If we hit both of these, then I would have thrown the bottle. But since we didn't, sadness happens. So yeah, we do have the butterfly. I should have actually used the butterfly knife like that. No, we couldn't have prepped attack anyway, so we're still gambling. But we definitely would have been a lot better, basically. Do we want to equip this instead? Dexterity 475. Small chance of dealing 1 extra damage or faster first strong attack. I'd rather take the faster first strong attack. Yeah, and I haven't been talking about the old about No Shackle or Nightly Aura at the moment. That's because we have not felt the effects. Nightly Aura, normally you'll see its effects later on because of the possible high difference in max stamina or max reason. Let me say that again. You won't likely see the effects of Nightly Aura, especially on a non-Harbinger run, but if you're really, really unlucky, you might see it on a non-Harbinger run. But on a Harbinger of Doom difficulty run, Harbinger of Doom, am I saying that right? You get the point. Later on in the run, you'll see it because the extreme example is, say, you go through 20 investigations and your max stamina drops by 10. Because every 2 investigations, it can drop or increase by 1 or max reason. So, therefore, later on in the run, when you think you can be healing more stamina, you end up not healing stamina, and because your max stamina is like at 4 or 5. Same thing for Reason, and Reason even more so because No Shackle specifically targets Reason through its injuries. But again, that's another thing to think about as the run goes on, because again, as you get hurt more and more and more, No Shackle may be stacking more later on in the run technical difficulties, which I can get rid of, but I just wanted to see if I can kind of just brute force this for a moment. And now I'm just going to go for full RNG. I did heal Reason, and yeah, at this point, we probably should get rid of at least one of them. We can probably get rid of both if we sell something here, probably the Rusty Sickle, because we can minor injury it. Now, you'll note that I enabled Surgery here. Surgery, I think, grants... I forgot what it grants. You know what? We're going to do it just to see, because we have 2 funds. So, Surgery successful. So, yeah, +1 max stamina, which I should have capitalized this, and then +1 stamina as well. That's not, you might be wondering, well, Jordan, since you're losing Reason, don't you think you should heal Reason instead? I decided not to. Period. That's the end of the sentence. Also, we took some, strength decrease, so that's not great. Are we gonna be okay here? I don't think we're gonna be okay. I actually need that strength, but unfortunately, we don't have much of a choice, so I'm actually going to tree for funds here and just take the damage in the face. We're going to look for a pack of cigarettes here. And then we hope and pray, because it's Reason that we're missing out on. And even more so if we end up hurting ourselves more. Yeah, you know what? Let's get rid of the mind drain, or the mind wipe. And then we will smoke the pack of cigarettes, but then rest. We have the hospital pass, so kind of just base roll of horror advice here. But if you have the hospital pass, yes, ward is going to be slower, and yes, you did pay a cost, doom-wise and fund-wise, to get it. But you still want to look at how much doom you have. So if you have the hospital pass and you're at 51% doom in my case, and ward will be your fourth mystery, then you have a bit more doom to work with, in my opinion. It's not always going to be the case that that's the case, but hey, also, we do need to run here because we cannot fight the boss. In fact, I'm probably just going to rest again here because we're going to be hurting for reason. We could also be hurting for stamina. Unfortunately, I forgot that takes away a thingamajiggy, but we're just gonna forget this. I would have liked that. I should have actually cast that, but too late now. So we don't get to brace into anything much, but at least we have a 75% chance to hit. So shrug, right? Now this would get turned around if I could do 3 consistent attacks, but I think this is gonna be better overall. So we're just gonna stand here. The Kendall helmet saves our stamina, but that's not what we need saving at the moment, unfortunately. And okay, I was about to say, how did I lose 2 stamina? It's because of the proc. So, reminder that yes, reason damage does proc the curse procs. I don't want to say it because robots, even though I just mentioned Feet Fetish a while ago, which is the name of a mystery in the game, please don't hurt me video. But what we can do here is I think we can prep attack, prep strong. Yeah, so this should be 20 damage minimum. Yeah. Get Unearthly Suture. We can forget this for reason, right? Yeah, we can. As long as we don't get technical difficulties again. Keeping in mind, I know I didn't go over the old god. I showed you it, but I didn't read it out. But the old god, No Shackle, has a 15% chance of adding an injury. After you have, for each injury, each one procs separately, meaning that there's a 15% chance for 1 stack to make you lose 1 reason. If you have 2, both of them will roll 15%, so the odds of you doing getting 2 reason down is 15% into 15%. So on and so forth, it depends, because the stacks can go on infinitely. But there's a very low chance that you get like 6 in the span of a mystery, just number-wise. But I did allow you several ways to get rid of it. I think Nurse is going to be a must-pick for No Shackle if I release this publicly, because you can just cleanse all of the technical difficulties with the Nurse. Although, no, I think it costs Doom. Yeah, there's an extra... I did an extra cost for Doom. So, if you didn't know, also, we do have the handcuffs. I guess there's no harm in giving the thingy-majiggy. And if you run into the Dull Nurse, then we can store the empty bottle and have more items to work with, basically. But going back to what I said, you can make basically the Nurse do things when it cleanses or you can attach a Nurse effect to a PERM injury that gets cleansed by the Nurse. So let me repeat that again in a separate way. So when you go to the Nurse, so say I have Aura of the Night and I have that instead be cleansable through the Nurse for whatever reason, I can add an effect that happens when Aura of the Night is cleansed by the Nurse, because I was also going to say you can do the same thing for surgery, for the minor injury heal, popping the injury if you allow that, so on and so forth. That's all I'm trying to say. I would have liked to have done 2, but we don't get to do that. So we are going to take 2 stamina damage, and then I'm going to see where I'm at, because I'm unfortunately not at 3 reason. So this is a vampire enemy as well, and she did drain my HP. So the question after that becomes, can I do prep strong? The answer is yes. So off we go. Quick thinking, I'm probably going to double up dexterity here, yeah. We thankfully, again, so this is a better RNG run. If you didn't notice in the past 2 episodes in which I played with No Shackle, I got a lot of stacks of technical difficulties, so shrug, right? To kind of take a step back though, yes, on a non-Harbinger difficulty, technical difficulty is not going to hurt you as much. 1, you have more resources to work with to cleanse injuries. You also just have more HP, so you don't have to worry about the reason loss as much. But again, if you're just really unlucky, then you will feel No Shackle slapping you in the face on a cultist difficulty run. That's all I'm trying to say. I don't remember. I'm going to take a peek and hope. Nope. Doom. Blah. I think we can actually handcuff this if I so choose. The problem is, yeah, we're probably taking a turn of damage, which I don't necessarily want to take. And we'd have to get lucky, too. Last mystery, 75% doom. I don't remember my second encounter, by the way, so if we have that check in the lighthouse, well, so be it. Don't want to... I would normally use that. I do like strength, but... I can... You know what? I'm going to do it. So, boop. Because that's permanent throughout the whole run. The problem is... Am I going to be losing reason? So, I think I'm just going to rest twice here. Even though, yeah, it's not worth much here. But I don't want to just die. Because I could just get a stack of technical difficulties. And then proc the reason loss required. If we're playing with basically RNG here, there's a... I'm just going to say 50-50 shot. There's a 50-50 chance that I lose all of this reason. So... We're doing a coin flip here, but that doesn't mean we stop trying. Now, the fact that I have fetid fumes is pretty bad, but hey, something to also note here while we're just autopiloting through this is that there are basically through this backstory Nightly Aura, I did make it so that Ghostly Spear and or Mind Drain are possibly stronger here. Again, it requires good RNG because you could just lose more max stamina, max reason through Nightly Aura, but you get what I think you get what I'm trying to say at this point. Do I want to fight this? I have to, by the way. I 90% doom. I can't really run. So, we're going to hope we hit both of these. We actually need to hit both of these because I don't remember... I know we do 20 damage guaranteed, but... Am I still fast enough to do so? I think we are, yeah, because we have a... keeping note of the pack of cigarettes that is making my... That's why I can do prep strong pretty reliably. Unfortunately, at the end of this, I will not have any more cigarettes. So... I think what I do instead is that I'm going to do this. I'm going to use these items, but sell them. Do I have price hike, by the way? No. So we can buy another pack of cigarettes. I would like a brick, too. Thank you. And because if we have the boss here, we're not surviving without some extra oomph, whether it's an extra point of damage. Oh my goodness. I think it's been a long time since out of funds have really hurt me, by the way. Do I have anything? Not really. I must get rid of the... I must drop stamina. I can't rest anymore. I'm going to monument and hope it asks for funds. That's the best I can do. I'm pretty sure I could have done a bit more. Let's hope... Oh, we are on timeline B. And yeah, this is no goo. I could dodge... we have Kendo Helmet and dodge. I guess we're going to find out what we can do here. So I'm just going to go all out. Or try to, by the way. But we need to hit a dodge or we need the Kendo Helmet to proc. Is either going to happen? No! Because why would it?